the battling underdogs. They're out for payback, hot at the right time. Who will find redemption?
The following is a special presentation of the Simulation Football League.
The middle now tries to cut it right. Beautiful move by Snowden. He's in the open. Richard Snowden to the half. Touchdown Dragons. And there he goes. Over straight. Touchdown. Wolfpack. Nate Shaw is all by himself. And you will never catch that man. Touchdown. New York, mate. Touchdown. The doctor is in. The Crabs have a lead. For a touchdown. Tallahassee Pride. Touchdown. Santa Fe.
It's the SFL Playoff, live on Twitch TV.
Hello everybody and welcome to Pride Park in Tallahassee, Florida. It's time for the SFL playoffs and it's the Baltimore Crabs, the number 6 seed, against the number 3 seed, Tallahassee Pride. Alongside Greg Morris, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Kevin Irvine. Greg, how are you doing? Great. Baltimore comes into the playoffs on a bit of a low note, 36-3. They lost to Honolulu, and for Tallahassee coming in on a high note, a 27-17 victory over Santa Fe. What do you see as the key to this game today, Greg?
Yeah, much better game against the Legends. And Tallahassee just needs to stay the course. That's all, that simple as that.
Let's head down to the field for the coin toss.
I'll be gentle. Good to see you.
I mean, the Crabs look absolutely miserable.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
Tails.
They ended the season on a 2-game skid. Had a real close game against Santa Fe,
We'll receive.
16, and looked like they were going to still be game busters in the playoffs. And then that last game against Honolulu, they lost 36-4.
From Pride Park in Tallahassee, Florida. We've been waiting for this moment a long time, Greg. It's the Crabs. And the Pride. And it's right now. From the 9.
Yep.
Baltimore on the return up to the 26-yard line.
Now, Tallahassee looked real good in their last game of the season against Santa Fe. A game that they won 27-17.
So 1st and 10 for Baltimore. They start off with the football. Elliott Snyder is the running back, or the injured running back, I should say, not out there on the field today with Mike Dazzo. They're going to need a big gain out of their quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 26. Dazzo starts out of the gun with 3 receivers, and Dazzo hands it off, and that is Perry, and he loses 2 yards on the play to start the game. A great start for the Pride defense.
Yeah, that is a great start, but Dazzo's going to have to he's going to have to light the scoreboard up today if they have any chance of winning.
2nd down, 12 Crabs. Ball on the 23-yard line. Dazzo's changing the play. His receivers, Demetrius out down and D.R. Sim are to the top of the screen. And Dazzo's going to be hit as he threw, and there is the league's leader in sacks. Ebenezer Taylor gets in on the action, and it's quickly a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Ebenezer Taylor, I mean, he is the de facto leader in the entire league this year in sacks. I mean, he ended up with 11 sacks for the year.
$11:15 to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 12. Baltimore trying to avoid a quick 3-and-out here in the opening possession of the SFL playoffs. And Dazzo is going to be sacked. That's a 6-yard loss in the backfield. And I believe it was the big man with sack. Well, no, they're going to give it credit to number 92 on that defensive front, but it's 3rd down and 18. And what a poor start for Baltimore. 4th down, I should say.
That's not the way they want to start. I can tell you that right now. I mean, they're going to have to. They're actually in the field position game. They're kind of going to put their defense in a bad position unless the punter can get off just a whopper of a kick.
So Baltimore punts it away, and that'll be from the 46-yard line. And Tallahassee returns up to the 47 for the first time today. We will get a look at Alexander West, and Alexander West takes a lot of chances, Greg, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it does not.
Yeah, West is. Let's see here. He's 2nd in the league in passing per game. His efficiency rating, I don't have that right now, but I'll come back with it.
Efficiency, I'll help you out here, buddy. Efficiency rating 86.1. 1st and 10 at the 47. Tallahassee, great field position to start the drive. They swing it outside. That pass is caught by Jordan Jennings on the outside, a 4-yard gain. Jordan Jennings, Mr. Everything for the Pride offense.
Oh, yeah, he is. He is a dynamic receiver, runs great routes, and has some of the sweetest hands in the SFL.
So bring up 2nd down and 6 at the Baltimore 49-yard line. Tallahassee in the home purple helmets, purple jerseys, black pants, silver numbers, gold and yellow paws and the silver trim. And Baltimore in the road, blue helmets, white jerseys, white pants, blue numbers, and the gold trim. West, deep ball down the middle of the field. That pass is caught. 1st down to the 28-yard line, a gain of 21 yards. That is their tight end, Asante Dolman, and they rely on him to make big plays.
Yeah, initially, they didn't rely that much on Dolman earlier in the year, but here of late, the last 2 or 3 games, they have incorporated him, sweetly into the offense.
1st and 10 at the Baltimore 28. Tallahassee off to a hot start. Hand off Dwayne Lane, his first carry, and a nice job by the Baltimore defense to wrap him up. That was Joe Dazzo, one of the best run-stopping linebackers in the league, and it goes for no gain.
Joe Dazzo, he is like a legend in the league so far, and he's a former, he's a graduate of Purdue, a Purdue Boilermaker.
2nd down and 10 at the 28. 9:38 to go in the opening quarter. Tallahassee on the move. Lane will get his 2nd carry, and Lane to the outside picks up 3. There's Joe Dazzo again. Dazzo coming into the game, 78 tackles, just 3 behind Henry Hittner, and it looks like he's going to catch him today.
Yeah, Dazzo is just, he's a legend. In my mind, at least, he's a legend.
3rd down and 7. Opening drive for Tallahassee, scoreless here in the first quarter of the wild card playoffs. Back to pass, West escapes pressure, hit as he threw. The ref got knocked down as well, but Asante Dolman makes the play. A gain of about 7 and a gain of about 10, I should say, and a Tallahassee Pride 1st down to the 13-yard line. Dolman wide open across the left-hand side.
Asante Dolman, a Duke Blue Devil, also good hands.
Alongside Greg Morris, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Baltimore nothing, Tallahassee nothing. First wild card game, the 6-3 matchup. If Tallahassee wins, then the Santa Fe Gorillas will be playing the Pride in a rematch next week. Swing out is caught. That's an 8-yard gain to the 5. That's Dolman again. Tackle made by Lyons. Dolman now with 3 grabs on the opening drive, and he has been the X factor so far.
Yeah, I think Tallahassee has taken a cue from Santa Fe, because Santa Fe really utilizes Mason, their tight end, in their offense. And
Mora.
I'm sorry, Mora. Who's Mason?
I don't know. I don't think anybody is Mason. 2nd and 2 of the 5, offside. A free play for West. Swings it outside. That's Lane, but he's going to be run out of bounds. That should be a half the distance to the goal, and if I do my math correctly, that should be a 1st down here, Greg.
Yeah, that is a 1st down. But that was a pass. It looked like Lane should have been able to catch that and take it on in.
We're going to first down and goal at the 3, and Baltimore is certainly making Tallahassee earn it here on the opening possession. And for the Crabs, they've got to find that passing game they had against Tallahassee in their first meeting once Dazzo gets back out on the field. But
that goes back, Tallahassee had excellent field position to start this drive, but Baltimore is really good defensively down in the red zone.
Dwayne Lane is in the backfield. First and goal at the 3. They're going to hand it off to Lane, and Lane is stuffed and right on cue. A couple of big defensive linemen for Baltimore come up and make the tackle. That's a 2-yard loss, and it'll bring up second and goal from the 5.
Yeah, Baltimore's defensive line, they run a lot of stunts and shifts, so they're not going to make it easy for Tallahassee to get this ball in down here, and I'm looking at maybe a pass. I don't think they're going to be able to run it in.
Shotgun for West, 3 receivers, 2 to the left side. Kelvin Kidd is isolated against Kenneth Lyons at the bottom of the formation. Out of the shotgun, Alexander West, back to pass. West going to look down the middle of the field. That pass is caught right at the goal line. Dolman makes the grab, but a beautiful touchdown-saving tackle, I believe, by Eddie Gage, and it's 3rd and goal from the 1-inch line.
Eddie Gage, he is a very sure tackler. That was an outstanding tackle on a big tight end.
3rd and goal. Dolman has 4 catches on the opening drive here. 2 receivers, both right-hand side. Dwayne Lane is in the backfield. West is under center. And West will hand it off to Lane, and Lane will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Tallahassee Pride.
Just too much power. Too much power and too short a distance. Baltimore wasn't able to sustain the stop.
Well, Greg, that is how you want to start an opening drive. If you're the home team in the first game of the wild card game, there has been no slow starting here for Tallahassee, and they were very similar last week in their start against Santa Fe.
Oh, they were very good, by the way. Yeah, Dwayne Lane, I mean, he's one of those squat running backs. He's like 5'11", 231. Real agile, real quick, real low to the ground. It's hard to find him when he gets behind that big defensive line.
So a 3 and out for Baltimore on their opening possession, and a touchdown drive of 53 yards for the Tallahassee Pride. And with 6:15 to go in the first quarter, it's Tallahassee 7 and Baltimore nothing. Still early here. If you are in the chat, please let us know how the audio sounds on your end. We once again have made some adjustments to try to make it a better, more complete experience. If you knew what we were operating out of, you'd probably be either sick to your stomach or stunned that we're pulling it off, but we're happy to be here along with you here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Tallahassee.
Dazzo has got to come in here and he's got to be a little bit more productive. I'm not sure. Of course, his line did him a disservice the last possession, but he's a very capable quarterback.
First down and 10 at the 26. And Dazzo drops to throw, and Dazzo will swing it outside. That's DR Sim. And that's well, he didn't catch it. So that's going to be a 2nd and 10 coming up for Baltimore, and they really are in a rut right now.
But his heart is in the right place. DR Sim is their pass-catching leader, and they've got to, for whatever reason, the past couple of weeks, they haven't really been able to implement him into their game plan. Of course, that's due to some of the defensive setups that they've been against also.
DR Sim was tremendous against the Baltimore Crowd, or against the Tallahassee Pride, I should say, the last time these two teams met, as Perry takes it around the right side for a gain of 5, and that's what Baltimore needs. They aren't expecting Perry to be a gangbuster out here today, but it's those negative runs they cannot afford, and that's a good run right there.
No, those negative runs will put you in a bad position.
3rd down and 5 at the 30. 5:45 to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers, 2 to the right. Dazzo, quick drop back to pass, slider and throw. That pass is caught for a first down to the 42, and Bryant makes that catch. Greg, Baltimore has to be really, they have to be really nervous about those straight drop back plays, especially with Taylor and Lee rushing the outside.
Oh yeah, I mean they're going up against, that is a monstrous rush that they're trying to defend, and Dazzo for me, I would take at least 5 to 7 step drops against those monsters.
First down and 10 at the 42 as Dazzo hands off to Perry, and Perry fighting. Well, he's still on his feet, but Perry lost 2 yards. He had to do a lot to lose 2 yards, and Tallahassee makes yet another tackle in the backfield, and it's 2nd and 12.
Yeah, that's not good for Baltimore. They need to maintain plus yardage because Dazzo's going to be, his arm's going to be sore by the end of the day.
2nd down and 12 at the 40. 4:42 to go first quarter. Out of the eye, Dazzo with 2 receivers. Out down and Sims still without a catch. Back to pass, Dazzo has to get it away. That pass is off the hands of the intended receiver, and that's the last thing you need is drops. And one of the more surprising things about the Crabs here late in the season, it's almost like Baltimore peaked too early after Snyder got hurt, because Outdat and Sim have struggled to get targets as well.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what's going on. That they can't get it to Sim. I've seen both open on occasion, and for whatever reason, Dazzo just hasn't found it.
3rd down and 12. This is an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, 7-0 Tallahassee looking to get the ball back. Back to pass against a blitz. Dazzo hit as he threw. That pass is incomplete, and I believe that was off of Dazzo's hands. Goodwin had a chance at it as well, but nice throw from Mike Dazzo under pressure, and they're going to have to punt it away again.
We've still got a long way to go, but it seems like Baltimore just can't get in sync. They can't get everybody together, and that is the last thing that needs to happen. But conversely, they're going to have better field position than they did last time. So
they punt it away, and we know this defense has the potential to be really, really good as Tallahassee returns up to the 27-yard line.
So Baltimore needs to get in here and get a 3-and-out. And get that offense right back on the field and make them earn their pay.
Don't forget, coming up Monday, it's the second wild card game, the DC Dragons at the New York Knights, who will be the king of the ground as Snowden takes on Park Chol. The kickoff is Monday, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, right here on the Sim Football Network on Twitch. And it's 1st and 10 for West. He swings it outside to Lane. Lane's got some open room to run. There is a penalty marker down. Lane gets 10 yards. And but I believe this is coming back, and this is what Baltimore needs.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, Baltimore needs to play better defensive ball on those flanks, because Lane will wear them out all day if they're going to leave it that open.
So it brings up 1st down and 20 for Tallahassee. That really sets them back at the 17. And Greg, these are the type of drives that Baltimore's defense is going to need to take advantage of today. They cannot let Tallahassee out of this 20-yard hole.
Oh no, they need to.
And they just jumped offside. And West flips it out, and that pass is caught by Kelvin Kidd, and it could be either a 2nd and 11 or a 1st and 15. And I think Tallahassee will take 1st and 15 every time, and that's exactly what we're talking about.
Neutral zone infraction, number 93.
That's a tough break there for the Crabs.
Especially since Kelvin Kidd is, he's not a primary focus of that Tallahassee offense. They really rely a lot on Jordan Jennings in it, but anytime you can force the ball away from Jennings to Kidd, that's a plus for you. But then to jump offside and to shoot yourself in the foot like that, don't let them off the hook.
It is shocking, though, that Kelvin Kidd and Asante Dolman average more yards per catch than Jordan Jennings. Jennings just 12.5. 4 receivers, 3 to the right side, back to pass West, and West will fire it short. That pass is caught. I didn't know where that football was going. It's only a 1-yard gain, and that's a reception to Jennings, hitting around the tackle, and Baltimore ends up winning with that offside penalty.
Henry Hittner, linebacker, 6'5", 250 pounds, out of the University of Buffalo.
And ever since they moved him to inside linebacker, he has been a much better player. That was a great choice by Baltimore. 3-2 defensive look on the front 5 for the Crabs. They rush 4, And West flips it down the middle of the field. That pass is caught and did not get the first down, but I believe that is Kelvin. No, that's Washington over the middle. And it brings up a 3rd down and inches. Tallahassee nearly out of a jam.
Now, Willie Washington, even though he's a non-star, he is known to have speed. He can blaze it downfield if you let him go.
2.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. If I'm Baltimore, all I want to do is keep this within distance because we know Baltimore has big play potential. What they can't do is get themselves behind too early here on the road. 3rd down and inches, back to pass West. West, pressure breaking down, did not want to swing it out the lane. Instead, that pass is off the hands of the tight end, and it was almost like Alexander West didn't even know Lane was going out to the left-hand side. That would have been an easy first down.
That was a nice hit by Kenneth Lyons, cornerback. 6'4", 220 pounds of I will knock you out.
4th down and inches, and Tallahassee brings the punting unit on. That's a huge victory here for Baltimore in the early stages as the Tallahassee's second possession goes by the wayside. The punt is away.
Yeah, it is. And it bodes well for Baltimore because it's going to put them in decent field position.
Probably
their best starting position in the world.
Yeah, at the 26, not the best field position in the world. That was a great punt.
Yeah.
And even better coverage. So Mike Dazzle's going to start inside his own 30-yard line.
But Dazzle, I mean, is this a carryover from their last game of the season? He doesn't seem to be himself. He doesn't seem to be able to get in any kind of rhythm.
Yeah, Dazzle 14 picks this year. It fell to an 88.2 rating. He was near 100 for a good long while there in the regular season. 1st and 10 at the 26 with Perry in the backfield. Dazzle will drop the throw 3 steps. Dazzle finds Outdat. That pass is caught for a 7-yard gain. And Demetrius Outdat gets his first grab of the day.
Demetrius Outdat. Yeah, he's a pretty fast guy. He's not used as much as DR. He's like their possession receiver, if you will.
He does have the ability, however, to make the big play. Averages 17.3 yards per catch, and that is actually 5th best in the league. 2nd down and 3. Perry is going to lose 3 yards, and this is what we were talking about earlier. They need Perry to, even if he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, that's fine, just to keep Tallahassee in balance. But man, they can't take losses on the chin like that.
No, they can't. But the pride is getting penetration. I mean, at the snap of the ball, those two big honking defensive linemen, they're in the backfield.
3rd down 6. Once again, Dazzo needs to let Baltimore out of a jam. 3 receivers. DR Sim does not have a catch today. And that is a quick sack, unblocked. Jace Reberg, and it's 4th down and 8. You could see that coming from a mile away. A linebacker blitz, and somebody blew an assignment. 71.
Yeah, he didn't pick that up at all. And Dazzo's got to be shaking his head. What have I got to do? Do I need to block for myself as well?
Yeah, and really we haven't gotten a sense of what Baltimore's passing game can do against this Pride defense because he's had no time to throw the ball.
None whatsoever. It's drop back, plant, sack.
High snap, kick is away from the 33. Tallahassee up to the 35-yard line. And the clock ticks down to 27 seconds to go in the opening quarter. A fast-moving quarter here, Greg.
Oh, it is. I mean, very, very fast. But I guess when you're not running the ball well and you're getting sacked in the case of the Baltimore Crab and Dazzo, that clock just keeps ticking, just keeps rolling.
But Baltimore, you are struggling, but the Crabs only down 7-0. Have to feel pretty okay about the start, considering 4 receivers, 3 to the left side. West back to pass, all kinds of time to throw, dumps it over the middle. That pass is incomplete, and that's one. There's 2 things you can't do against Baltimore: run to the outside and throw over the middle.
No, you can't. They are very stout down the middle. Those defenders that they have over there, they're some of the best in the SFL, and if only they could play offense. I imagine they're saying, let us play offense too, because they do have a stout defense.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line. Tallahassee up 7-0. Again, same formation. with a 3-2 defensive front for the Crabs. Back to pass, Alexander West, and West swings it outside. That's Dolman again, breaks the tackle. Dolman past the 40, actually to about the 40 and a half, gets 5, and that's Dolman's 5th grab of the quarter. He's on pace for 20, Greg.
Yeah, he's turned into a wide receiver. Is even a tight end anymore. But I want to preface what I said a few minutes ago about the Crab stout defense. The 36-3 loss they had against Honolulu is not indicative of the way they can play defense.
3rd down and 5 at the 40. Tallahassee up 7-0. 3 receivers laying in the backfield, and they're trying to get one more play off for the quarter. They just barely do. It's a run to Lane. He hurdles the defender, and he gets a stiff arm on Baltimore and gets a 1st down to the Tallahassee 47. Best run of the day for Dwayne Lane easily. And that brings us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. From Pride Park, this is the SFL Wild Card Playoffs on the Sim Football Network and on Pride Radio. Tallahassee has an early 7-0 lead. We'll be back to Pride Park after these messages.
They have the dynamic Richard Snowden. They have the elusive Parkeet Shore. Who will be the king of the ground? Beautiful Pride Park, Tallahassee 7, Baltimore 0. Wild card weekend. There's nothing like it, Greg.
No, this is fun time. This is what you play the regular season for.
1st and 10 at the 47, and Dwayne Lane blasted in the backfield. That is a 3-yard loss, and that's what Baltimore needs a little bit more of. They need to be tenacious there on that defensive front.
To quote a great military man, blowed up, sir.
And who was that military man?
Bill Murray. Come on, man.
Oh, and we've been over this, man. Anything past 2000, I didn't understand. 2nd and 13, swing out to Lane. Lane around the left side, a lot of room, picked up 8 yards on the swing pass, and you touched on it earlier, no holding penalty here, and it gets a nice chunk of yardage for Tallahassee.
Yeah, Lane has just some top-notch speed. He didn't attend college, like I've said on past broadcasts, he had academic problems, but street cred, street smarts, and just speed for no reason at all.
3rd down and 5 for the Pride. 4 receivers, 3 to the right, back to pass West. West swings it out right side, wide open. That is Asante Dolman again to the Baltimore 34. West is 9 for 11, and someone, for the love of goodness, please cover Asante Dolman today for Baltimore.
Man, that's kind of peculiar. I mean, this man has been playing lights out the last 2 to 3 weeks, and you leave him uncovered like that. I'm not understanding what's going on.
Asante Dolman has 44 catches, which means that he averages roughly 4.5 per game, and he's already got 6. It's just unbelievable. You wouldn't think that Brown's tight end would be an X factor here in a playoff game as West flips it outside. That pass is complete. That's a 7-yard gain to Kelvin Kidd. And, Baltimore, their MO isn't really getting pressure on the quarterback, but their secondary needs to find a way to step it up right here.
Yeah, it looks like the entire team is still in the doldrums from their loss last game of the season to the Legends.
2nd and 3 at the 27. Split receivers, hand off the Lane on a little trap around the left side, and that is a 1st down, and Joe Dazzo got all sorts of turned around there. He was running away from the play, and Tallahassee has a first down to the Baltimore 23.
Nice tackle by Alexander Brown out of Georgia Southern. Their cornerback, 6'1", 195 pounds. And he used every bit of that on that tackle.
Isn't it amazing where Tallahassee has gone the last 3 weeks? I mean, just a few weeks ago, they needed overtime to beat Cleveland.
Right.
And look at what they're doing now. First and 10 at the 23. West flips it out to Lane. Lane again. All sorts of room. Past the 10. Down to the 9-yard line. Dwayne Lane is not a pass-catching running back for the most part. He picks up 14 on that play.
Yeah, they're absolutely gouging Baltimore on the flank. If it's not Lane, it's Dolan. They're gouging. They're killing them.
It's ironic because Baltimore gashed Orlando on the flanks in that season opening game, which seems like forever ago when they put up 59, and Elliott Snyder had himself an absolute field day in that game. First and goal from the 9. Baltimore missing Snyder today once again, but also missing some of that defense they had against Santa Fe. West back to pass. West flips it outside. That pass is caught. Turning the corner is Jordan Jennings for a Tallahassee Pride touchdown as Jennings takes a nap.
Jennings has been quiet for the most part of the game. It's been Lane, Goldman, and Kidd. Almost called Asante Dolan.
He's been dynamite, if that's what you were looking for.
There's some out there in the listening audience may know who I'm talking about when I say Dolomite.
$9:15 to go in the first half. Tallahassee could not have asked for a better start. I guess they could have scored on all 3 possessions, but they've scored on 2 of their first 3, and it is 14-0 Tallahassee over Baltimore.
They've looked good. They ended the year on a 3-game winning streak, and like I said, their last game of the season, they beat probably one of the favorites to win it all in the Santa Fe Gorillas. So they have a lot to hang their hat on, and they're looking pretty solid so far.
So Tallahassee kicks it away from the 10. Baltimore on the return, past the 25 up to the 27. And that'll set up Baltimore with a first down. And the Crabs, it's still very early, but alert to DR6.